know him. He doesn't need any introduction from me. The one and only Dan Dakich joining us today. Dan, thanks for being here. We certainly appreciate your time today.
Oh, are you kidding me? Thanks for having me. It's great to be on.
Dan, you and your wife do this very cool program called Dakich Cycles for the City. Explain what this is and how you guys got involved in this.
You know, what it is a way for us to get bikes to kids, underserved communities here in Indianapolis, and actually it's gotten all around the state. Way it started was my wife, Lee, and I were driving down the street in downtown Indy. We were coming downtown, and we saw three kids. Two were on bikes, one wasn't. And he was kind of hustling, to get with the other kids. And we started talking about bikes and the freedom of bikes and how much enjoyment we had as kids with bikes. And then Lee said, we should use your radio show. I had a radio show at the time to find kids to give bikes to. So we did. And the first couple, I just put it out on a radio show, and a teacher at a Southside school responded about two kids who had lost their home, and we got them bikes. So Lee and I did probably the first, couple of years out of our own pocket. Pandemic hit, bikes were tough to get, but one of the sales guys at Emmis, John Griffin, hooked me up with a wonderful woman named Molly Wright at the Indiana Sports Corp. And once we got with the Indiana Sports Corp, that's the group that brings in the Final Four and the Super Bowl and all that. Man, it's just taken off. So that's kind of how it started, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
One of the cool things I loved, you were just talking about the freedom. That was my first thought as a kid, riding around with 10, 15 of my buddies around a little town of Rochdale, Indiana on our bikes almost every day. And the fact that there are kids who unfortunately don't know what that freedom feels like and what that enjoyment feels like. What's it mean to you guys to be able to help provide that?
I get goosebumps. I got goosebumps right now talking about it. We go and there's a number of ways we get bikes. Sometimes we drop them off, but most times we go to community centers or we go to churches, and we have the people involved, the school, tell us the kids' names, and through the sports corp with Dick's, we get them a bike, a helmet, and a lock. And it's very organized, and then we go give them, and these kids' reactions are incredible. It is the coolest thing ever. Kids start crying. Some kids are shocked. Some kids are jumping up and down. Some kids get on the bikes and take off. Some kids don't know how to ride bikes. And Lee and I have taught a number of kids, or at least tried to teach a number of kids, how to ride bikes right there on the scene. It is literally the coolest thing in the world to see a kid when they always say the same thing, wait, this is mine? And most of the kids, it's their first bike. And you said it, the freedom, right? I mean, you can leave your house, you can go with your buddies, you can go to the ballpark, you can go down the street, you can do whatever. And but anyway, seeing a kid get a bike, getting on that bike and knowing that bike is theirs is the coolest thing in the world.
We know you have a love for sports. That's no secret. Were you surprised at this idea that you and your wife had just driving down the street has turned into this passion where you care so deeply about it in this way?
Yes. Yeah. You work, you have kids, those are your passion. It just hit us both at the right time. We had really just gotten married. So we've been doing this about 6 years. We'd been married a couple years. And, my kids were in college. Her kids were in college. So it just hit us at the right time. And then I'll be honest with you, we didn't know what to expect. But the first time we did it, gave it to a little boy and a little girl right in Emmis, the building right downtown. They took off inside the lobby, going in circles. And it was like love at first sight. I swear to God, it was like, I looked at my wife. I go, we got to do more of this. We've got to. So, it's really been great because most of it, the money has come from either our pocket or us kind of begging, hey, come donate. But now different fundraisers have popped up, which enables us to not only build friendships with the people that are trying to help us, but also get more bikes. And that is the singularly most important thing. And they're all brand new bikes. Dick's Sporting Goods, we have a relationship with us. They help us out immensely, and it's all because of the Indiana Sports Corp. So that's our thing, man. I want to get as many kids as I possibly can riding a bike because swear to God, it's just the coolest thing in the world to see kids get a bike.
Well, Dan, we certainly appreciate the work that you're all doing, and we're excited to see these bikes pop up all over the state as this thing continues to grow, man. So thank you so much for your time, and we certainly appreciate you stopping by today.